My name is Jared Wesley, and I am the Executive Director of the Black Youth for Social Innovation project here at the University of Alberta. I'm also a member of the Black Faculty Collective and a political scientist here in the Faculty of Arts. This webinar is going to tell you a little bit about the BYSI program and how to become involved, and more importantly, why it's important for students who identify as Black to get involved in programs like BYSI for their own professional and personal development. So, BYSI was started a few years ago, back in 2024, as a means of providing students in the social sciences and humanities with mentorship and internship opportunities that weren't previously available here at the University of Alberta. BYSI provides students with hands-on paid work placements over the summer months that allow them to build their personal and professional networks and really strengthen their capacity and their applications for graduate school or future career opportunities. BYSI has since grown to include 3 different streams. So students are asked to identify which of the following pathways they want to choose to participate in. And we encourage students to apply for all 3 to maximize their chances of being involved in the program. So the first stream that I'll talk about is the independent researcher stream. This is for students who have an idea of what type of research they would like to conduct under the supervision of a faculty member here at the U of A. The second stream, the RA or research assistant stream, places students in research teams or labs in various parts of campus where they work under the direct direction of a faculty member. And the third stream is for students that are interested in being placed in paid opportunities outside of the university in research roles in the private, nonprofit, and public sectors. So let's zoom in and talk a little bit about the independent researcher stream. There are a bunch of different programs here at the U of A run out of the undergraduate research office that provide students with paid opportunities to pursue their own research interests under the supervision of a faculty supervisor. So students who are interested in this stream will be encouraged and supported to apply for undergraduate research awards. And those would be topped up either by the BYSI program or by individual faculty members who are supervising the research. So your eligibility for these various programs really will vary depending on who you are, who the supervisor is, and the type of project that you want to conduct. But this stream is for folks that want to dive in and do their own research under the guidance of a particular professor here at the University of Alberta. The research assistant stream is one where the faculty member will supervise you and assign you different projects over the course of the summer. This is really good for students who want to learn a little bit about what it's like to work in a university research environment. Gives you an opportunity to work almost always in teams with other undergraduate and graduate researchers along with a faculty member. And like all of the other placements in BYSI, these are paid as well. And it gives you an opportunity to gain the important critical research skills in that kind of environment. The third stream is one where you would work not for a professor directly, but rather with an organization that's doing research in the social sciences and humanities area, and in some cases beyond. So this is an opportunity for you to work in the private or nonprofit or public sector to engage in that kind of research and analysis that will be very valuable when you're applying for jobs outside of the university. So it's a really good opportunity for that kind of real world experience and networking. Come February, students will be offered the opportunity to apply on a bunch of positions that fit all 3 of these criteria. And I just wanted to give you some tips for when you're making your application, because we aren't unfortunately able to place all of the students that apply to the BYSI program, and those that have applied successfully have done the following things. So the first tip: maximize your chances by applying for all 3 streams. Right? And this means preparing ahead of time to make sure that you are eligible for the different streams and the different placements that are on offer. But it also might mean, in the case of the independent researcher stream, preparing ahead of time with a research design and reaching out to a faculty member to support you with that application. As part of the application, we ask you for the RA stream and for the internship stream to indicate your own personal suitability and your personal interest in individual positions. And here it's important to state how the position that's on offer meets your career goals and aligns with what you want to gain out of your university experience. A lot of students that apply don't necessarily have a lot of professional background, and that's okay. This is what the program is all about, is to provide you with that kind of training and skills. But if you do have any relevant skills and experience, it's important to mention those directly as part of the application process. But we also expect students to grow over the course of their placements. So identifying how specifically you hope to learn and to grow and to contribute to your research team is really important. So speaking a bit about your fit for that particular position is quite helpful. As I said, it's important to start early. Drafting your statements and your CV and getting your resume ready to go now is not a bad idea, even though applications aren't due until February. And overall, I think the students that show a real passion for social innovation and leadership and to make a difference in their communities are the ones that tend to get selected into these types of programs and placements. It's important to note too that BYSI is a mentorship program and we take a group-based approach to mentorship, which means that we expect all of our participants not simply to fulfill their work placements throughout the summer, but also to gather as a group, as a cohort with us as BYSI leaders, but also with members of previous cohorts to learn from each other. And so the bi-weekly check-ins that we do with all students are mandatory, and we've worked with employers to ensure that they provide you with the necessary time off in order to participate in those. What to expect in terms of dates. Positions in these various streams are posted in the middle of February. The application deadline is at the end of February. Students who are selected for interviews undergo those throughout March, and then placement decisions are made in April, with placements themselves starting in May, and they run from May at the beginning of that month to the end of August. So students are expected to be available for full-time work over the course of the summer. And again, remind you that all of these positions are paid. So if you have any more questions about this, we'd be happy to respond to your queries. If you can email us at BYSI or BYSI@ualberta.ca or visit our website, uab.ca/BYSI, we'd be happy to help you out.